So guys, this is going to be the video about my last 5 years on my fast journey. So I wrote an article about this on Medium a few weeks back, and I'll be posting that down in the description below. First, I want to talk a little bit about when I was under 10 years old. When I was a kid, I was being fed a lot of, dry ramen noodles and the seasoning packets with it, and, like a lot of junk food, processed food, microwavable, and, everything that's really easy, and like a lot of sweet cereals, a lot of candy, and a lot of just really bad stuff that you wouldn't eat on a daily basis if you're trying to maintain any sort of healthy lifestyle. So up until the point that I was in school, I spent half the day with a close family relative as my parents went to work, and I was being fed a lot of the fast food and the foods that I just listed, and it wasn't the most health conscious lifestyle that a kid should be around, because I didn't do that much physical activity, and most of the times I was stuck either watching TV or playing games inside. I got to the point where it was so bad that I had 4 of my molar teeth taken out at the age of 4, and I still remember the blood flowing down my mouth and the doctor trying to get it done as fast as possible because there was little anesthesia that he had at the time. And that's one of the experiences that scares me to this day, because I can't wake up and just eat like everyone else or drink like everyone else. So the entire time that I started school until I was in about the 9th grade, I was not really health conscious, and I was still eating sweet stuff and really salty things, but then I was just really reducing it from when I was a little kid. So this leads me into why I actually started fasting in the middle of 9th grade, as I just started soccer the year before. It was one of the things where I didn't research that much, but then I fasted because I felt like it was the thing to help clear out a lot of the old junk that was in my body from the years of eating all that processed junk. And I think it was around this time that I stopped using a microwave, and I stopped eating fast food. A couple of months before I started fasting, what I would do is I would eat a little bit in the morning, just some eggs or rice or just some fruits and veggies, and then go and eat the lunch at school, and then eat at home. Even though lunch at school was pretty unhealthy, I would try to pick out the most healthy things like the fruits and the veggies, and try to just give my main food away to my friends or whoever wanted it. So right at the time that I really started to take fasting seriously was the first and second months of 2017, and I just stopped eating everything in the morning and everything at school, and I would just drink lots of water throughout the day. I would come home and just eat a little bit for lunch around 3 or 4, and then I would eat dinner and then repeat that the same thing the next day. So yeah, during the summer of 2016, as I just started playing soccer, I was looking into and doing my own personal research on why I had a lot of the problems as a child, and a lot of the ingredients within the foods. And I was very lucky that my grandma actually was very into Hmong herbs, and she would have her own garden and grow a lot of the natural herbs and mustard greens and just fruits and veggies as well. And that would actually supplement a lot of the pharmaceuticals that I would have taken when I was sick as a kid. But I ended up taking a lot of more herbal supplements and herbal things, as well as through spiritual and shamanic work, that really helped me instead of taking just a whole bunch of pharmaceuticals. Even though I did take a few, I won't say it's super bad, because it has its place, but then also it's not the best thing out there as well. So yeah, throughout my entire life, my parents and my grandparents would always tell me that the white guy is not here to help you because he's only here for the money, and he doesn't really care about your health in the first place. And it wouldn't really hit me until I had a white guy, which was my AP Human Geography teacher, tell me and tell the class about the more malicious aspects that these corporations conduct their practices through, as well as all the heavy metals in the water and all of the GMO products and all of the chemicals that are fed to the animals that are then butchered for consumption. So throughout my entire time in high school, I started at about 5'3" or 5'2" as a freshman, and 118 to 120 pounds. And at the end of my junior year, before going off to college for my senior year, I was about 126 or 125 and about 5'5" at that time. So right around 2017 was about the time that I would also be going to my after school gym with a couple of my friends, as well as to the commercial gym with my dad. But even though I would get stronger over those 3 years, I wouldn't know how to structure my workouts or get a good routine until I was out of high school and in college, and just had a lot more free time to do my calisthenics, and also just quit playing soccer and stop doing so much cardio. So yeah, as I entered college during the August of 2019, I was working out a lot more, and I was getting hungrier because I was growing more, and I fluctuated anywhere from 128 to 134 pounds because I was eating just a little bit more during the 6 or 10 hour window that I had after my intermittent fast throughout the day. Hey guys, I also want to know that the only time I took protein powder was during the summer of 2017, as I thought that it would help with my my meals. And after my intermittent fast, I would take that before or during a workout, and it would just not help. It would make me feel sluggish, and I would also feel nauseated by it. Uh, Maybe it's because it was more of a natural one and plant based, and it wasn't like all the other artificial ones that we see on the market today. But then yeah, I just ended up not taking it after the first week or two. And for creatine, I didn't start taking it until the end of 2022, so just a little under a year ago. That actually really did help me, but then I would go on spells of like, 1 or 2 months of taking creatine, and then I would just stop and not take it for the next 3 months, and then I'll go another 1 or 2 months and then just stop for the next 3 months. So I was very inconsistent with creatine, but then I find that it did really help with my energy levels and also the workouts as well. So during the pandemic of 2020, it was a big milestone for me because I that was when I had a lot of free time from school and work, because no one was going anywhere at that time. So I decided to just be pursue a lot of my spiritual journey and just read more, listen to podcasts, and pursue my shamanic journey, which I did start earlier at the beginning of 2019. But during 2020, then I had a lot more time because everyone was just so scared at that time. Yeah, I did find that that fasting during this time was not doing the best for me anymore, and that's when I discovered a lot of the cons about fasting. I would start doing full day fast, like full day and night fast, and eat the next morning. But then I would find that that got me really tired and really hungry, and I would wake up really early in the morning, like 3 or 4 in the morning, just to eat food because I was so hungry. But then, yeah. Guys, I forgot to mention, but fasting was very good for my spiritual attunement because I felt clear in my energies when doing meditation or energy work. Physically, it wasn't the best for my body anymore, but it did help my mental clarity and extrasensory perception. Yeah, I would find that it's not the best routine anymore, and through the next 2 years, uh, right at the beginning of 2023, then I would stop fasting in general and just go back to eating 3 meals a day, and stopping intermittent fasting in general. Hey guys, that was basically my entire fasting journey of 5 years summed up into one video. But I did also want to point out a very important event that happened during the August of 2021, as I got a very bad stomach flu, and it took about a week and a half just to recover from it. Most of the time I was just laying down, and it was a very spiritual illness, as I'll talk about in another video. But yeah, basically that made me not have the urge to eat meat anymore for the next 8 or 9 months, and I just went on a spell of just eating, a lot of rice, beans, and just mustard greens and herbs, and just drinking a lot of tea and water, and also intermittent fasting within that time frame. But after coming out from that, then it really made me see a lot of the things that I did wrong during my original fasts, as well as during when I was eating meat, and how I could better myself in all these ways.